Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for watching Emerge and Empower with yours truly, Dr. LinJ. And how are you? How have you been? I pray that everything has been well with you and yours and your family. If you're not excited, I'm excited. I'm wearing my pink because, it is Mother's Day coming up. Pink is the all month. If you know me, I celebrate the whole month, I celebrate the whole time. And so this is also a tribute to all mothers in this season to say, Happy Mother's Day. Those who have children or not, I want to know that we see you and we're celebrating with you. Now, we are on Emerge and Empower, and this is a platform where individuals come on and continue to share their story of their emergence. What have they emerged from? They've emerged from a traumatic experience. They've emerged from pain. They've emerged from suffering. They might have been through health. They might have been through grief. Everyone has gone through different types of trauma. You might be in one right now, but I want you to know that you are not alone and that there are individuals that are constantly coming on this platform and sharing their stories. Today, Amy will share her story. Some might say it's similar to others, but remember, no one story is identical. There might be similarities, but there's nothing identical to the individual and their story. So as we bring Amy on, I ask everyone to get ready, pull up your seat. Share. It is time to share. It is time to say, Dr. LinJ is on with yet another episode. So I'm going to give you a moment so you could go ahead and share. Share it on Facebook, share the YouTube link if you're watching from YouTube. If you're listening, all right, via audio platform, share. We have a story to tell, and yet another individual who has emerged from a past trauma. Are you ready? Really? Are you really ready? I want you to pull that seat. Let's go. Waiting on you. Let's do this. It's time to emerge. Let's go. It's time to emerge with Dr. Lynn J. We are here on the set today.
That inspire hope, healing, and empowerment. Every episode brings raw, unfiltered conversations with individuals who have risen from hardship, embracing faith, strength, and purpose. Join us as we break the silence, uplift one another, and emerge stronger together. New episodes air Wednesdays at 6 p.m. English and Saturdays at 6 p.m. with select Saturdays in Creole for our Haitian audience.
Hello, and welcome everyone yet again. So as you know, it's Dr. LinJ with Emerge and Empower, and I have a beautiful guest today that will be sharing her story, and is none other than Amy. She is also an author, but we're not going to get into that right now because before it all began, we need to know who Amy is. Amy, welcome to Emerge and Empower, and I'm so glad that you're here. Introduce yourself to our viewing audience.
Hi, Dr. LinJ. It's so nice to be here. I'm Amy McKiernan, and yes, I am an author, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm also a mother. I'm a wife, I'm a leader, I'm an advocate, and I'm just thrilled to be here to share my story of emerging through trauma. It's an amazing thing.
Yes, it's truly amazing. When we hear the word emerge means to come away from, that you was once in a place. And every day that we wake up, actually, we're emerging. We're moving forward each and every day. So do you have any shout outs before we begin? If you'd like to shout out to your family, anyone that is watching on today.
Yes, a big shout out to my family, my mom and dad, who were huge supporters of me, along with my sister and my brother, my husband, my kids, and everyone who's just been along for the journey with me. I see you, I appreciate you, and love to all.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. So, Amy, we're just going to go right into your story, as we have seen previous guests that come on and they've shared. Now, when we speak about emergence, again, everyone has emerged from something. Someone right now watching us today is probably in a situation right now and trying to figure out the way forward, or they're at a crossroad. So let's get into your story. We're going to dive in. We're going to go right into the beginning. Bring us into what that experience was, and then as we go, we will then get into where you are now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had several experiences, involving sexual assault. My first, and I won't go into too much detail about each one, but I'll give you an overview.
Yes.
My first experience was when I was 12 or 13 in seventh grade with a teacher. And my second experience was when I was 15, and that was my first rape. And it was a friend. There was drinking involved. My virginity was stolen from me that night. And, from then especially, that's when my whole being shifted.
Right.
And my path became very challenging. So much was happening on the inside, and then there was so much happening on the outside too. I think that, for me, after experiencing that at 15, I was a freshman in high school, and I became like a shell of who I once was. Right? Like I went from being this, kind of vibrant young girl who liked theater and liked to perform and was in drama classes to very shut down. And I went to school with this person. I went back to school, and it was just this type of thing where I tried so hard to keep it a secret.
Right.
And that did not work. And it got around the school, and it became my entire identity. Identity. And from then on, that's when the drugs, the alcohol, the messy and really damaging relationships came into play. And then more sexual abuse experiences down the road. And so, my experiences stem from sexual assault and rape, and, they were so defining at one point.
Right.
And I won't jump too much ahead, but at one point they were my whole persona. My whole being was the girl who was raped. My whole being was, this is my lot in life. That's how I felt.
I believe that everyone, whenever you've gone through such an experience, it shatters your world.
Oh, yes.
It changes who you are. If you was an outgoing person, it caused people to become more introverted. Confidence, self-esteem, security, safety. All of that is involved. So in the beginning, you said the first one, you was 12 years old. It was a teacher. So this was after school activity, or what? How can you take us through this?
Yeah, so this experience happened during the school day. And it was, the teacher groped me several times. And I was like 12 or 13. So it was very confusing. It was my first experience with an adult who was supposed to be a trusted adult.
Yes.
Really crossing that line of safety.
Right.
And what happened was I was in the hallway in between classes talking to him about some assignment type thing. And as you can already see, I talk with my hands. I always have. And so there I am talking in a hurried way, as 12 or 13-year-olds do. And he, was telling me to kind of calm down and just like take a breath. And he reaches his hand over and it lands right on my chest, on my breast. And I remember the moments vividly to this day. He just stared directly at me, and he didn't move his hand. He didn't oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I meant to, he just stood there. And then he slowly moved it away and just kept talking. And so it felt confusing because I
Right.
found myself reasoning, right? Like, okay, this clearly was a mistake. Maybe he didn't realize it, and so I didn't tell anyone. And it wasn't until I found that this thing kept happening, right? He would find his way to
So it
touching
was
me in
just
some way.
it was like a test to test. The first
Right.
one was to test you, and then eventually he just kept doing that.
Yes, and whether it was bumping into me in the hallway and so it just became this thing that happened more times, and I was like, this is feeling intentional. This is feeling not right. And I did finally tell my parents.
Okay.
And they kind of had to pull it out of me, but I did let them know.
Right.
And they were very proactive. They went right to the school. He actually ended up getting fired. Yeah. And that was it was the end of the school year anyway, and he ended up getting fired, and I just kind of moved on from that. And so that was like my first experience with an adult of feeling like, okay, that's confusing. I'm supposed to trust him. He's a teacher. And it planted this little seed, right?
Yeah.
This little seed of, like who I am for the world, I think, in my life. And then as my journey went on and experiences kept happening, that's when that seed grew of like my lot in life, like I said before, and kind of like who I was for people. It just seemed
how
to
they
be
saw you.
Yeah, this reoccurring, like, okay, well, this is just what happens. Like this literally was like, it's almost like an acceptance of like, I guess this is just what happens to me.
Right.
And that's kind of how I navigated through life. And then, when I was 15, we were hanging out with older boys at one of their houses. There was drinking involved, and I had never really drank too much before.
Okay.
I was 15. I wasn't experienced in that in any way.
Right.
And I just remember clearly this one boy really kept his eye on me and was really like making sure that my drink was filled and really just watching me the whole night.
Wow.
And then I remember...
Who was setting you up?
Yes. Looking back, it certainly feels that way. Like he had a plan. And then my memory gets a little foggy. I was in and out of consciousness, waking up in the middle of it, different times. And it wasn't until my friend and her boyfriend walked in on it that it stopped. And then I ended up getting very sick, and I was crying, and my friend's boyfriend ended up just kind of taking care of me the rest of that evening. And then, the next morning, it was still this like I think I know what happened, but I really don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna move forward as if that didn't happen.
Right.
And I had lied to my parents about where I was that night. They didn't even know.
As most teenagers do. They always say you're somewhere where you're not, but never really want to tell it because first of all, why would you say it's because you didn't have the approval of your parents to go to begin with. So you find some creative story as to, and now it has happened, you weren't supposed to be there, and now how do you tell?
Right. I did something wrong. I was drinking. I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I lied. So this was something that I just couldn't face. I was ashamed. I was blaming myself.
Right.
And I wasn't even really grasping the reality. And my sister had picked me up the next morning from my friend's house. We got a ride back to her house.
Okay.
And she saw me. She was older than me, and she said, to this day, she remembers, I looked ashen, and the way I was walking and just the way I looked, she knew something was wrong. Yes. And so she asked me what happened. And I was very well, I think I lost my virginity. And she's like, do you mean you think?
Right.
And so I kind of explained what happened, and she was like, Amy,
Wow.
wow. And I swore her to secrecy because I just wasn't ready. I
Right.
wasn't ready to accept it. I wasn't ready to tell anyone.
To deal
And
with it.
yeah, I just needed her to I didn't want to talk about it. And so she didn't tell my parents, even though looking back now, she regrets that. But you know what?
Yeah.
She was a teenager too. And she was just trying to help me the way I was asking her to.
How much older was she?
She's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
So, I just kind of like pushed it down, and I went to school that Monday, and I mean, I always say I went to school a shell of who I was before, because it's like I just lost that light that was inside me, just went out completely. And so I went to school and just thinking like, okay, well, we're just gonna get through this. And I saw him in the hallway, and he was with a group of boys, and he was clearly bragging about
Oh my God.
having sex with me.
So I wanted to get there when you said that it got to the school. I'm like, how? Who told?
Yeah.
Was this something that was recorded, or what happened for the school?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and it didn't even occur to me until years later that there were two stories going around. One was that he slept with me, and like, good for him. And the other one was that he raped me, because I walked through and I remember seeing him, and I just like looked away, and the guys were like laughing, like, oh, don't worry about it. They never talked to me the day after or whatever.
Wow. Obviously, they've been doing this before.
Yeah. I'm
say
just
that.
like, what do you mean? Like, talk to you after what? And so, and then I got this girl had wanted to talk to me during the lunch period. And I remember distinctly because her and I were not friends. We had the same group of friends, but we weren't friends. And she wanted to talk to me. So I automatically, in my mind, I was like, she's mad at me. Like, she's mad at me for this. She's going to beat me up. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. And so I went up to her, and she said to me, she said, what did he do to you?
Right.
And I was like,
She wanted to hear your version of it.
Yeah. And I do not believe I used the word rape, because I wasn't really ready to call it that.
Right.
But I just kind of told her what I remembered. And then she hugged me.
So she obviously knew that was a rape situation to hug you. So it was against your will. It wasn't something that you willfully went in to do or consented.
Exactly. And then she called my brother.
Okay.
And she told him what happened. And that is how my family found out.
I see.
So, not only was it already going around the school with different kind of versions, but she called my brother. He was on his way home from college anyway, because he was really sick. And by the time I got home, my dad was there waiting in the driveway for me, and like everybody knew. So it was like no longer this secret that I had. And that's when we reported it. We went to the hospital. If anybody's ever gone through a hospital visit for rape,
the rape kit,
like, it is this embarrassing and vulnerable experience. And I was 15, and and I remember talking with the detective, and I was trying to explain to him what had happened, and I was telling him that, like, I don't remember all of it. This is what I remember. And it was almost like he got mad at me.
Wow.
He was like, well, either you remember or you don't. And then I'm like, okay, so clearly this is my fault, right? So it was just like reiterating this.
When you're in that victim mode or victim mentality, anything that somebody say to you, always bring it back to, I must have caused it, I brought it on, I.
Or maybe I'm not remembering, or because I drank, does that mean that it doesn't count?
Happen.
Right? Yeah. And so many of us go through, I was drinking. That's what happens when you drink. And it's like, no, that's not what happens when you drink. It's not supposed to be what happens when you drink.
It has to be something that is consensual for it to happen. Whether you put the person under influence or whatever, it is considered rape because they did not willingly do this. And this has happened so much. We hear it a lot among teenagers and then go brag about it like they just scored. That is so humiliating to the victim. And this is one of the reasons why individuals don't want to share it, because you feel so small, you feel embarrassed, shame. All of this come into play.
So much of
mind.
it. Yes. Yeah, 100%. And so, it was terrible. I mean, and then going back to school, he got arrested, he got out on bail, he was in the school the whole time.
How old was he to you?
So he was 17 or 18. So it was also considered statutory rape because of our age difference.
Yes.
And so, but it was like detectives came to the school to interview the kids that were there. It was, everybody knew. And people took sides. So there's a group of people who were on my side. There were strangers hugging me in the hallway, which didn't feel comforting. It just felt like exposing,
Yes.
And then there were the group of people who were accusing me of lying and calling me a whore.
Right. There's always that group of people, even today, even as adults, you find that there are people who would categorize it and put it either they're for you or they're against you. It's 100%. Always.
Yes. And even the adults took sides. So there was teachers, and there were teachers that I didn't know that well who checked in on me to make sure I was okay. And there were teachers who clearly were on his side because I could see them hugging him and giving him comfort and then glaring me down.
Right.
And then there was even I remember there was a security guard who said to me that, you're not the victim, he is.
Oh, wow.
And it was just this confusing, awful experience. And I literally became the girl who was raped. That was who I was. And I mean, there was even an instance where I was out of town. I was with a friend who didn't even go to my school. And we were at a party. And there was a girl at that party. And I introduced myself. And she said, "Oh my God, I've heard of you.
Wow.
You're the girl who was raped." And I was like, and she's like, "Did that really happen?"
Wow.
And I just remember being like, I don't even know how to be right now.
Yes,
it's like, right? It's like also this like, okay, well, can I even enjoy myself? Because if I enjoy myself, will they think that I was lying? Like, do I have to be sad in the corner now? Like, so I just instead just got really drunk because drugs and alcohol became the way to get through.
That was your go-to.
Yeah, like I needed to numb it. I didn't know how to deal with it. It was so consuming.
All right. So let's go to, the reason why I want to go to this, because the first incident was at the same school.
No, it was in high school. So the first
was the elementary.
First was middle school,
Middle school,
high school.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's still the same community of people.
Yes.
Now, did they know about the first report that the teacher got fired, or was this just between the principal and parents?
Some kids knew, but the high school was much bigger, and it wasn't only my class now. It was like everybody, like upperclassmen too. There were some people who knew about the first experience because I remember also after that, this girl that I didn't know very well came up to me and hugged me in the hallway in middle school and thanked me for saying something because he also did things to her. And so there were some who knew about it, but it didn't feel as widespread as the experience.
So therefore, no charges was pressed with the first person.
With the teacher. No, just got fired.
Okay. Which seems like there should have been more to it, since the girl came to you and let you know that she too had experienced that. Okay?
Yes.
And now here it is, you're in high school. So imagine someone who knew that story, all right? And now you're in high school for this to happen. you can see now where some of them like, she lied on so and so, and I'm sure this is what she's doing now.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wants attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that kind of mantra, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, it became all consuming. Absolutely. And it didn't even end there. You know, I had other experiences all before junior year. I experienced, I was in a relationship with someone, and again, my relationships were not healthy from there either. So dating became this really hard thing where I would find myself dating these guys who they just didn't respect me. They didn't treat me well.
Because they heard the story, so you just that girl that's no good, you know, someone that they could use, you know.
Right. Or I would date outside of my town so that people, I actually didn't really date in the school very much.
Because everybody knew.
Everybody knew. And so, but even with dating someone outside of town who didn't really know what was going on, I didn't have the self-worth or a value in myself.
That is always what happens when you've gone through this, whether it's as a woman or a child. Everyone has the same feeling of you don't have any value, low self-esteem go down, like anything that happened to you, you guess you're deserving, you know, like it's supposed to happen to me, this is my life, you know, you're thinking of all of these things, and of course, you know, it's like, I say this a lot, it's like trauma begets trauma. You come from one thing and then another thing. It's like, it's just trailing and trailing and trailing. Like, wait a minute, do I have a sign on me say, here I am, hurt me or something?
Yes. Oh my God. Absolutely. I mean, it just felt like that was just who I was for the world. And so these relationships were unstable. I wasn't being treated well, but I was accepting of it because that's just who I don't really deserve to be treated well.
Right. Because it starts with you and your own mentality and how you portray yourself. So this is why I want to get into this question that says, once you went through this in the beginning from 12 and then to 15, how did this shape your identity and worth? Because in the beginning, there's low self-esteem, you're not feeling you're worthy. So as you journey in this, how did this shape your sense of value and worth?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I lost it. I lost my value, right? It was like my light just went out. I mean, I was a creative, fun, theatrical kid, right? Doing school plays, in the drama classes, like really excited to explore like theater and things.
Yes.
I couldn't even handle finishing the class the way the assignment was.
Wow.
Like, because I couldn't handle all eyes on me anymore. I couldn't handle people looking at me.
Right.
And then I just became this introverted, you know, I had my friend, like my one best friend, and we would get in a lot of trouble together, and we would just do drugs and get drunk. Like that's all we did. And I just was completely shut down to my family. My sister, who tried so hard, like she just wanted to support me so much, but I just pushed her away. And my mentality was that it was all my fault. I was a burden to my family, and I didn't deserve much. And I remember specifically that time there was this song that was out by Pink. It was called, maybe this isn't the title, what it was called, but Hazard to Myself or something like that. That song would come on the radio almost every morning.
Wow.
And I remember saying to my dad, who would drive me, I would say, this is me. This is my life. This is my theme song.
Wow.
And I would just listen to it because I felt like I was my own worst enemy. I felt like I was just this walking train wreck. Damaged goods. Broken. I was broken. And I could not put myself back together.
Wow.
My parents couldn't put me back together. And I think that for a long time, they were really worried they were going to lose me. Because they tried. I mean, they tried, but you can only get the help that you accept. Right? And when you're not in a place to accept it,
there's nothing, no one can help you.
Right. And so, you know, I just went on this path of bad relationships, you know, numbing my pain. I had I was dating this guy that was outside of town, and his uncle had a very weird obsession with me,
Wow.
and he ended up sexually assaulting me several times. And again, I didn't tell anyone.
Because you've gone through it. Because to you,
Yeah.
it's like you're repeating this. Why always
Yeah.
Amy? Why always Amy? So now you're thinking of that. And I'm glad you said that, because I want people to understand when this has happened, and it happened repeatedly, not a one-time event. The victim now has this mentality of shame. Everyone gonna look at you this way. People gonna treat you this way. So now you're not worthy, and now you're into these scenarios that you can't explain, right?
Right.
Why were you there? Why didn't you see? You had this experience before, so you have all of this. So now you're thinking, you know what? This happened. What am I gonna tell? Because the first thing happened, people knew. Here's what I dealt with, and now again, Amy.
Again, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, like, you put yourself in this position, right? Like, why would you get in the car? Like,
Yes.
you knew you had a weird vibe. You let him
Right.
give you a ride home, and two times it happened, and then I knew that if I got back in the car, he would absolutely have
Right.
raped me, because each time, he was pushing it a little bit further
Right.
and like testing it out, and like
How
grooming,
far they
and
can
like
go with
just
you.
yes, and I felt like it was completely my fault.
Yeah.
Like, I clearly, like, this is clearly my fault. Like, he
Right,
was
right.
in his at least 40-year-old man. I was
Right.
16 at the time.
Right.
And swore me to secrecy, always pulled off on a side road that was far away from home. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. And I never told anyone until well into adulthood about that.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah.
until I started writing my book, I never told anyone.
Usually, when the books come out, that's
Yeah.
when it gets the
And
things I do.
right.
When I
Yeah.
wrote my first book, that's when everybody's like, "What?"
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and so and that man, I mean, he would call and harass me for like a year after that. And I never told anyone. He would call, he would masturbate at the end of the line. And I would just like politely hang up.
Mhm.
Please stop calling me, politely hang up. Because I just didn't have any power.
Yes.
I felt so powerless in life. And I just kept going down this road
I
of,
want you to understand, and everyone that's watching here to understand, they prey on individuals. They prey on children. They pray to see if your parents are in your life and they know things is happening. If you're vulnerable, who you hang out with. They study, okay, children. They study families, all right? These abusers and aggressors. They know who to victimize. There's a lot of things that they analyze to see who they can go far with. Some, they just test it out. And mind you, you were still in that community, so I'm sure he heard about what had happened as well. Sometimes we think we don't know, but people usually know because it was on the news, obviously, and this went to, so a lot has happened. Um, the period where you describe going down the path of self-destruction because you went to alcohol, you went to drugs. What does season look like internally? Like, you describe it as a place of shame, but can you give us a description of what it was like in this place once you drink, or even after? Because a lot of times you drink or you have the alcohol or the drugs, and at that time it feels good, it's drowned it out, it's gone. But afterwards, who was Amy?
oh, she was an empty shell. I mean, it felt good in the moment. I was having fun. And that's the thing too, is that at that time, it's not like I was like, oh, I'm going to go get drunk to numb my pain because of my trauma.
Mhm.
I just literally was like, I'm having fun. I'm a teen. I'm having fun. I party. Like, so what? Like,
Right.
I didn't connect it. It's not like I thought about, like, I'm doing this thing to
Right.
numb my pain, right? And I think that happens often is like we
Right.
do things to protect ourselves or numb the pain or push it
Right.
down, and we don't even realize that it's us doing
Exactly.
that. We
That's
just
it.
do it, and we're living life like there's no harm
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
you realize the root cause of
Yes.
your actions.
Where it's
and you're
stemming
like, oh
from.
my gosh, I'm actually trying to like numb my pain right now.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't realize I was just partying. I was having fun. But once I sobered up, there would be times where I wouldn't even remember what happened.
Wow.
Or I would remember bits and pieces that I didn't even write about because I didn't have a full picture. But
Right. You have full picture.
they
You can't write
probably
about what
weren't
you weren't
things.
aware of.
Right. But I kind of had this inkling like more things happen that I probably don't even know about.
Right.
And but it was who I was. I was like this empty vessel,
Yes.
right? Kind of navigating life. And I didn't think that there was more for me. So, it just became my norm. I was living life as a victim. I talk about in my book this victim mindset and getting trapped in that and like really
Yes.
living life
Oh,
as a
you could be
victim.
trapped in it for years.
Oh, for some people never get out of
Never
it.
get out. Some people
Right?
never get out. That's why it's called emerge,
Yeah.
to come
Yes.
away from because you got out. Okay, you got
Right.
out. And so
Right.
that's the key. Now, on your parents' side, because they know what you've dealt with, they know the trauma that you've dealt with. So now I'm sure they're understanding where it's stemming from and trying to help you. Did they put you into some type of a counseling, or what were some of the things they tried to use as remedy to assist?
Yeah. So they did. They helped me find therapists. We had to try a few out to find a good fit, which I think is important if you're doing
Yes.
therapy. Like it is, not all therapists are for everyone.
Nope.
And so it's okay to move on from one to find a better fit for you. I think
Right.
that's really important. So we did find a good fit, and I was in therapy for years. And it was a good thing I wasn't
Yes.
always engaged in it, but I still went.
Right.
Until I started letting it work and working with it.
Right.
And my dad especially just be present. So it was interesting, which I didn't realize at the time, but he kind of
Yes.
shifted his whole schedule because he was able to do that. My mom had a tighter schedule. She had to be there for certain hours, but he worked for himself. So he
Right.
adjusted his schedule to always be home when I got home.
Yeah.
And and what we ended up doing is we would sit and we would watch the soap opera General Hospital together.
Okay. I wonder if that
We-
still come on today.
I
used to
don't even
be-
know. We had no cable. It was just the thing that was on, and we didn't talk. I would barely speak to
Yeah.
anyone, but it
But
was
you
just
needed
this
that
thing.
presence.
Yes, it was just our thing that we did, and then eventually he would like make a little joke, and then over time I would make a little joke, and then dialogue would start, and so it was just this little thing. Like it seems so small, right?
Yes.
But it was huge. It was, and that's kind of my message to people who are supporting other people who go through trauma. I think that sometimes when you are a support person or in somebody's life who has been hurt,
Mhm.
you kind of feel like, well, I don't know how to fix this for them. I'm not qualified to fix this for them.
Right.
What could I
Right.
possibly do?
Mhm.
And honestly, the best thing you can do is just be there.
Be there.
Show up.
That's
It
it.
can be quiet, it can be still, but just having that person to walk beside you. You don't have to
Mhm.
have the answers.
Right.
You don't have to be like, this is what's going to fix it. You
Right.
just being there and being so that someone isn't alone is one of
That's
the
it.
best things you can do. And that's exactly what they did.
That's
My
it.
dad would show up, we would watch General Hospital,
That's it.
and we'd watch. Then we ended up watching baseball. I became like a really big Yankees fan, and that was like our thing. And
Right,
and
right.
my sister, I wouldn't speak to her. She would just like leave me notes,
Right.
and like little gifts. And for a year, I didn't
Good.
talk to her.
That's
And
good.
and until I did, and now we're closer to than ever. But
That's it.
so they just showed up, and they
Poured the
got me
love
into
of
therapy.
however they
Yeah,
could.
right. Yeah, the therapy and just showing up, and being patient.
So that shows you have
With
a
me.
strong support system, which is
Yes,
what is necessary for
absolutely,
individuals to heal from trauma. You need to
absolutely.
have that support. Sometimes when you don't have nothing to say, don't say anything. Just be present.
Right,
We don't
right.
always have the right words or know what to say. You understand? But being present, being there, like your sister sending you those notes, they went a long way. I'm sure they made your day. You
Yeah,
understand me?
yeah.
So yeah, so having that strong support system, even though you struggled and you open up, what made it difficult to receive the help at that time for you? Like, we go back to your sister because she was the
Yeah.
first person that you told. So for that year, when you didn't talk to your sister, what was it for you?
Yeah, I think I just felt like a burden. I think that was my main block, is that I
Right,
felt like a problem, that I was causing so much pain. I was damaged. I would just like, I let everyone down in my
right,
mind. They didn't like say or do anything to make me feel that
right.
way. I just felt like I let everyone down, and I am
Yeah,
a burden that is not worth investing in.
yeah,
So therefore, I just did not let any of it in. But they stuck by me regardless. And
yeah,
just to comment on what you said about support system, you're absolutely right. Everyone who is
yes,
recovering from trauma,
yes,
you need a support system, and you know what? You deserve one.
right.
And it doesn't have to look like mine.
No,
It doesn't have to look like the next person's. It can look
yes,
entirely like yours. And every support system is unique and different, but
yes,
it is out there, right?
yeah,
You might still have to find it. You might still have to figure that piece out, or
yes,
talk to a
yes.
therapist or a support group, but it is out there, and it is so vital to
Yes.
real healing and moving forward.
Indeed, indeed. Now, you said that healing wasn't linear. Can you share what the journey really looked like for you and what began to shift after becoming a mother?
Yes. So, yes, healing is not linear. And, I paint this picture. I'm a very visual person. And so I paint a lot of pictures when I'm talking in my book about my keys, which we'll get into later. But I call it healing path of choice, because any new path that you take is like a brand new road that you're trying to pave. It is not easy. It does not happen overnight.
Yeah,
It literally happens one small choice at a time. And there might be, you might stall, you might backtrack, you might get stuck for days or years or whatever it is.
yeah,
But if you just keep making one small sustainable choice at a time, you chip away and slowly clear that path, and it becomes easier to drive down. And
yeah,
that's what mine looked like. It wasn't this like, I'm healed, like I did
yeah,
it, right?
yeah,
One choice at a time. And there were
yes,
still roadblocks. Like, I mean, I first stopped doing drugs, like heavy drugs.
hmm,
Um, and that was before my assault with my boyfriend's uncle, and I had another rape that happened after that. And I was
Amy, I'm
already,
gonna pause, and I haven't said it, and I've been thinking it in my mind, but I didn't say it. And I want to apologize for everything that you went through. I want you to know that I feel your pain, and I apologize for what you had experienced in your life. Okay, if someone has never done so, I want to apologize to you for what you have gone through, and I'm glad that you finally found your value and your worth. Okay, to not stay in that victim mentality, to not stay in that place of pain, to want more for your life, okay, and to want to change. You are a beautiful woman. And the reason why I say this is because there are days, even though things that have happened years ago, sometimes there are days when you wake up and you're like, you know what? I don't even want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this, because sometimes it could be someone's reaction to you that's a trigger. All right.
Mhm.
And so through life, we find that we have to deal with those areas of trigger. Right. And so I want to say this to you with all the love that is in me. Okay. And no, we are not victims. You are victorious. okay? And you're not walking around with that sign, victim, victim. No,
Right.
victory, victory, victory. I want you to know that, okay? I want
Thank
you
you.
to know it. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. You are
I appreciate
worthy.
that.
You are valuable. You are deserving, okay, of all things, all right? Best, top of the line. You are deserving. I just
Thank
want you to
you.
know that,
Thank you.
okay?
I felt that deeply when you said that. And
Yes.
yes, I mean, yeah, like I had done some healing, but I still had these really, really horrible experiences, right? And so it's like healing, it doesn't just happen all at once and then it's
No,
done, right?
no.
And so like, yeah, I wasn't doing drugs anymore, but I was still drinking
Hmm.
and not accepting, um, love and good treatment from others.
Right,
And so,
right.
these other experiences happened and then that set me back. I stalled, right? I was stuck again.
Yeah,
And so it really is one small step at a time,
that's it.
and
That's it.
you mentioned I became a mother at 20. So again, after these other experiences happened, I graduated high school and I started going to community college, and I was in therapy still. I was starting to get a handle a little bit of
Okay.
like, okay, like let me get a handle on my life a little bit. I wasn't doing drugs anymore. Drinking slowed down a lot,
Hmm.
but I was in this really toxic relationship,
Yeah.
really unhealthy, really toxic. A lot of infidelity that I just always forgave.
Hmm.
And I got pregnant and had my son at 20. And he was about a year and a half when I finally decided I
Hmm.
made a choice. I made a big choice for myself to
Yeah.
end the relationship with his father
Wow.
and to move back in with my parents,
Mhm.
finish school, and focus on being a single mom and focus on loving myself. And,
That's
and,
it.
and having him gave me this new perspective of
Yes.
I have this little boy. What example am
Yes.
I setting for him?
Yes.
Right? Like, I want him to grow up to respect and treat women well.
Yes.
I don't want him to treat his future relationships this way. So I need
Yes.
to show him that
Go
that's,
him.
yeah. And so it was like I needed something outside of myself
Yes.
to choose myself.
Hmm.
But once I
Hmm.
finally allowed myself to not be the victim, to not be this broken person that gets used all the time. Once I allowed myself to control my life again and become whole again and become powerful and confident and deserving, complete game changer.
Sure.
I became confident.
Good.
I've been married 12 years to my husband. We have a healthy relationship. We have another daughter. He's a
That's worth
fantastic dad to
celebrating.
my dad. Yeah. And yes, it is. It is. And a great dad to my son. And I, I am living this life that is powerful and it's mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is mine. It does not belong to those people who hurt
No.
me. It absolutely does not. I get to control it.
Get
I
your
get to
power
have
back. I love it
power
when you get
back.
our power back.
Yes, yes.
Love it.
And have a healthy relationship with my past experiences to where I can talk about them and share them with
Yes.
others so that others don't feel so alone. And it's
Yes.
just so empowering.
Yes, it
Um,
is. It
and
is.
so, yeah, like after having my son, that is when I really started making some serious choices for my own life. And then that road, it just became so clear. And now it's the road that I'm on every day. And it's so
Yes.
easy to go down.
It's beautiful. I find that it tends to happen when individuals have children that you start thinking differently. You're responsible for this child. You have to start, become an adult. You got to be more serious. What am I going to allow? What I'm not going to allow? So you start thinking, and then maybe you were just living through life, existing, I should say, existing
Yeah.
through life.
Mhm.
And then now you decide, I want to live. I don't
Yeah.
want to self-destruct. I don't, and all of this. And that confidence, of course, brings in someone positive in your life, because now you're saying, I am deserving. I do need this. This should be mine. I
Mm.
shouldn't have, the lease, so all of that get in there. So we're going to get today, you stand as an author and as an advocate. Take us through what that is like for you now that you've written your book and you're advocating for individuals who have gone through trauma. Let's talk about that right now.
Yeah. So my book is called More Than a Survivor
Hmm.
because I believe that there is more than just survival.
Right.
I think that survival is a very important piece of your
Hmm.
journey, but it's not the
Right.
end game, right?
Right.
When you think
Hmm.
about survival, you have to ask yourself, am
Oops,
I
give me one moment. I just took you off the screen. Hold on. We're going to start back. Trying to get the right layout, and it went away. All right, let's get the book in here. Book. Hold on. There we go. All right, so you can start talking now. Go ahead.
so, it's called More Than a Survivor because there's more to it than just survival. It's not the end game. The end game, in my opinion, is overcoming and taking back your life and being fulfilled and happy, and you get to do that. And so, when you think about survival, you have to ask yourself, like, am I actually healing or am I just surviving? Am I just making it through each day? Are my wounds still open, or am I actually thriving and healing and gaining that control of my life and becoming actually whole again? And you'll see the cover is inspired by kintsugi pottery, because it's all about kintsugi is about bringing the broken pieces of pottery back together and filling the cracks with gold. And that piece of pottery is considered stronger, more beautiful, and more valuable than before because it's formed through suffering. And that is it, right? It's all about overcoming. It's all about having a healthy relationship with your experiences, and really taking back your life. And so I share not only my story, but I share these 8 keys that I've come up with about finding that path to fulfillment. Readers have the ability to download a reflective journal, so they get to work through the journal while reading the book and really connect to their own journey throughout, which I think is really powerful. I have this book out there. I'm talking about it. I'm giving language to it. And it has been so empowering to be this kind of advocate now. And I'm just so excited to share, my book with you and your listeners, because I think it can be a really valuable resource for those who feel stuck or lost or just don't know where to go on their healing journey.
So, where can they find your book?
So they can find it on Amazon. If you want to support independent authors, you can go to Book Baby Bookshop. It's available online at other places. You can check out your local bookstore and see if they carry it too. So it's available, where books are sold. Amazon's a great place to get it.
What about those who might want to get an autographed copy?
They could reach out to me directly. They could purchase it through me if they would like, and I'm happy to send one. There would be a shipping cost for that, but other than that, you can visit my website, amymckiernan.com. My contact info on there. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, YouTube. You can connect with me and get it through me as well if you like.
All right, everyone, the cover is here once again. How you can get this, More Than a Survivor. Maybe you're watching this today and you're not sure of how to even begin to tell your story, because many of you haven't shared it at all. It's been a big secret for years, right? And you see how your life you've just been in this dark place, and every day you're in some type of a survival mode. So that's why I want you to be able to reach out to individuals when they come on this podcast, so that you'll be able to know that you too can share your story. So Amy wrote it, and if you want to find out more to the story, because she couldn't come on this podcast and just tell you from A to Z, but I'm sure there are more details inside the book that you maybe find her relatable. So if you find Amy relatable, this is your way of getting a copy of the book, and probably that will encourage you after you've read it to be able to go out there and share it with your family, share it with your loved one. I've had women come on here who didn't even share it with their husband. They never knew what they had gone through. And then they said, well, they're going to find out today because I'm here on your podcast. You understand? So these are a place of healing, all right? It's a platform for healing. So this is a no judgment zone. On if you've never told your story and you want a platform to tell it, this is a great place that you can come on and share the story and the experience that you have gone through. So Amy came on here and she let us know what, without any shame, because listen, because you were a victim, there's no shame in that. The person who should be ashamed and embarrassed is the perpetrator. All right, victims carry shame for people who harmed them, who caused it. But she now took it back. She got her power back. She got back that remote, and she can change the channel whenever she want to, instead of having someone in control of their life. So it's called More Than a Survivor, and she's giving you 8 keys, right? 8 keys to overcoming. All right. Can you list maybe 1 or 2 of those keys to the individuals that are on here so they can have an idea of, they might say, what is the key? Can I get a little snippet on possibly 1 or 2 of those keys?
Yes, absolutely. So, I already talked about pave your new path with choice. That's one of the keys about, making choices in your life and really paving that new pathway for yourself. Right. Another one is avoid the void, speak up. And that's where I talk about how we do get stuck in this void right. of like acceptance of the darkness, the loneliness, the silence, right? And it's all about encouraging you to speak up to one safe person to start. And, there's also understanding the impact. Be your own gardener. I won't list all of them, but they're really...
Right. I like that one. Be your own gardener. That sounds very interesting.
Yes, they're very sustainable as well. Yeah, so be your own gardener. It's all about getting the root of things. And like I said, I'm a very visual person, so I really paint these pictures of what I'm talking about. And be your own gardener is getting to the root, right? Getting to the root of what is going on. And they are all sustainable keys that anyone can do. They are for anyone. Anyone can do them. And no matter what kind of trauma you have too. I think that's important, that there have been people who've read my book who have different kinds of trauma, not sexual abuse trauma, but they're like, these keys are amazing. They've helped me with my own stuff, even though I don't have the similar experience as you. So, I hope if you have a need or you know someone who has a need, I hope you check it out, and I hope it serves you. Right.
So Amy, before we close out, what last words would you give to someone who possibly is watching, right? And they've gone through what you went through. Everybody know, because there's that everybody know, and you've been stuck in the everybody know and can't move beyond everybody knows. So everything that is happening to you, you think it's because they know. So what can you tell to someone who, yes, everybody may know, but remember, you're a victim, all right? How to come away from everybody know and live your life?
I would say that healing is for everyone. And just remember, it's all about one sustainable small choice at a time, right? So if you're listening to this right now, what will you choose next, right? So if you think about what the next small sustainable choice that I can make toward my healing journey, just start there. Because I know it feels big. I know it feels too big, right? Just start with one small sustainable choice at a time, because healing is for everyone, and you are deserving of taking back your life.
Indeed. I hope you hear it. You heard it from her. She has emerged. She's no longer there. And we have to also let go of somebody else's pain. You've been holding on to use it to shame them, to belittle them. And even so, I've seen it where people take it out on that person's child. Okay,
Mhm.
we need to stop this. This person was traumatized, they went through trauma, all right? And stop blaming them. Stop saying like mother like daughter, like father like son. People tend to do that even in family members because you want to hurt somebody's feeling. And so you would touch on that sensitive area just to get that person to obey or bend to what you want, actually. So I would say you are also a predator when you do that.
Mhm.
You're not helping the situation. Allow people to heal beautifully. Stop using shame on people. Stop making people feel uncomfortable for telling their story. It happened for real. Stop saying, I don't think it happened. It happened. And they're sharing that story. No one want to just get up and say, oh, this happened to me. Da, da. No, that's not a great place to be if something has truly happened to you. The shame, the hurt, it takes a lot to come forward and talk about something that you were once in a dark place. Okay. Now, Amy, you didn't even touch on this because people tend to even be suicidal and don't want to live. And I'm sure when there was times of drinking or drugs, you probably hope that you didn't wake up. All right. We
Yeah.
didn't even
Mm.
we didn't even touch on that, but all of this is a part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
But today, you've turned your pain into purpose. All right. And now you're an advocate. My eyes are always open. That's why I don't even have sleepovers. My kids don't go to people's house. People don't come to my house. If I'm not home, I tell them all the time. I don't care who it is. Do not unlock the door. Do not open the door. If I didn't tell you someone was coming, I don't care if it's my sister or brother. If I didn't tell you that they were coming to my house, do not open the door. Why? Because I know what I had experienced as a child. Okay, and I've shared this with my children, and they understand where I'm coming from when I said, no, you can't go to a sleepover.
Mhm.
Because kids would ask you, but why? No, you won't even ask me that. I would say, don't even ask, because, yeah, there are dangers. We know what we're doing in this house. I don't know what they're doing next door. All right? So, Amy, I want to thank you for coming on Emergent and Power today. And believe me, my guests are not a stranger. We like to bring them back. We like to spotlight them also in the magazine, which is Emergent and Power magazine. So we're always looking to showcase the work, to showcase emergence and what that looks like. And today, my dear Amy, you indeed have emerged, all right? And beautifully so, all right? And may God continue to journey with you in your next, even when you hang up on this call today, to be assured that you told your story and be confident that someone found you relatable, that someone got the message. Even if one person got the message, that
Yes.
is enough. All right?
Absolutely.
That is
Absolutely.
enough. So thank you so much for being on Emergent in Power. And don't be a stranger. I'll reach out again. And if
Yeah.
there's any other topic that you feel that you would like to come on and talk about, always reach out to me. I will be more than happy to receive you here on the set. So thank you once again for being with us, Amy. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much for having me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, everyone. So we had Amy on the set, and I'm truly thankful that she was able to come on and share this story. If you have a story to tell, don't forget that you can reach out to us on emergentandpower@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to have you on the set. All right, so reach out to us. And again, I want to say happy, happy, happy Mother's Day to all of the beautiful moms, the glam moms, the adoptive moms, the coaches, the pastors, every one of you in your respective places, the mentors. I want to thank you as you have helped many individuals, they see you as a person that they can reach out to. Continue loving on someone, continue hugging individuals because it goes a long way. And again, I want to say happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Happy Mother's Day. And before we close out, it is also fitting for us to give you a sneak peek of our Mother's Day magazine with none other than prophetess Monique Henry that is gracing the cover of Emerge and Empower. This year, our theme is what? Position for Power. So she is one of the newest moms who's waited for so many years for God to bless her womb. And so it is titled, For This Child I Prayed. If there is a mom here who's been waiting for this child I prayed, know that God has not yet forgotten you. You still have a story to tell. All right, so get your copies. This magazine will be dropping on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, may it be a gift. It will be a good read. All right, a good read, and get it to your family. Pre-order here through emergeandempower@gmail.com, and you'll be able to get your copy. And listen, we celebrate empowerment. We celebrate emergence. And again, you are positioned for power. So we're going to close out on today with a beautiful prayer to each and every mom on today. Father, we ask that you guide and you lead every mom as they have been leading and being the queen of their homes, the queen, Heavenly Father, Lord, of their children. And I want to truly thank you, Heavenly Father, Lord, for what you have done in their lives. I want them to know that they are beautiful. I want them to know that they are loved. I want them to know, Heavenly Father, Lord, that you are God, and you will continue to give them, hallelujah, the love that they need, to give them more love, more compassion. And Father, for the mother who feels like she's not enough, Father God, I want her to know that she is, oh God, that she can adjust her crown on today. For that mother who's still waiting for her womb to be blessed, that has the prayer of Hannah, Father God, we ask this time next year that they too will be holding their precious little baby in their arms, as I pray it here on this platform, Emerge and Empower, and they can say, just like Prophetess Monique, for this child I pray for. So Father, we thank you on today for the prayers that you have answered, and those you have released in the mighty name of your babies that you have released unto their womb. Father, we thank you. In the mighty name of Jesus I pray. Amen and amen. So like I was saying, we are happy that we have you here on the set, and stay tuned for next week. Until next time, be blessed, everyone. Be blessed.